24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
Elliott Electrical Incorporated is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Football, owned and operated by proud residents of Saline County. Elliott Electrical Incorporated is licensed in 16 states and counting, specializing in new commercial electrical contracting. We bring decades of experience and dedication that has allowed us to serve many communities for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
At First Security, we've been investing in our home state since 1932, growing deep roots and even deeper relationships. We're part of Arkansas. It's part of us. Today, we put all of that history and stability to good use for you, pouring our resources into the people and places we love best. Arkansas communities, Arkansas families, and Arkansas futures. First Security. Think better.
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
Need a car? Maybe a home? Maybe just a little vacay escape? Whatever your goal, Alcoa Community FCU has a loan for that. Great rates, quick approvals, and local decisions. It's all right here in your community.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? When you work with Caitlin King, your Edward Jones financial advisor, she focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together to create a personalized financial strategy to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Caitlin today at 315-5488. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
So as a kid growing up in Benton, I dreamed of being a football player for the Panthers. And once I got into high school, I got to live out that dream. And the support every Friday night from the community here in this place is really, really special. Now that I'm a mortgage lender, it is my turn to support you. If you are looking to buy a home or refinance a loan, come see us at Neo Home Loans in downtown Benton.
Tonight's game is fueled by Lane's Chicken Fingers, your local spot for crispy hand-breaded chicken, house-made sauces, and hand-spun milkshakes. Lane's has been serving up finger-licking greatness since 1994 and is now proud to call Benton home. Whether you're celebrating a win or feeding the team, Lane's is just around the corner. Visit us today at 2110 Highway 5 North, right behind Kroger in Benton.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Saline County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther Football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
Is there anything more exciting on Friday nights than taking the field in front of your hometown fans? And one of the most rewarding things about football is working with your team to move the ball across the goal line. My favorite part about football, though, is playing on a team. And when it comes to that, when it comes time to buy or refinance, you've got the team at Neo Home Loans to help you get across the goal line.
Merchants and Farmers Bank has become the local choice for many Panther, Hornet, and Saline County fans. The bank has local owners, local board members, and makes local decisions with senior management who live in Saline County. They are truly small bank friendly with big bank products and services focused on Saline County. Drop by the Benton branch at 146 West South Street in downtown Benton or the Bryant branch at the corner of Highway 5 and Spring Hill Road and talk to their friendly team members. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Limited.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324. Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
All right, welcome into Lost Pizza and Panther Live. We have a full house of conference champions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Benton Fighting Panthers coach this senior class, only the second in the history of the school to win a conference championship all 3 years of high school. How cool is that?
That's an awesome feat for these guys. It's something they can brag about for forever, and I actually, last week told them, I think on a Thursday, I said, hey, you got a chance to do something that no other class has done, and since in 20 years, I guess it was 03, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Or, is that right?
Yep.
I think. And there was a reunion there. I think the night we played Catholic, and I kind of used that as an example. I said, hey, you guys will be back in 20 years. You can sit in the stands and go, we won 3.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to brag about and a lot to be proud for. A lot of people don't take a lot into a conference championship, but that's one of your main goals every year. You want to win a conference championship, get into playoffs and make a run, and try to win a state championship also. So we're got one goal down, and we're on to number 2, with the bye week to get healthy and get ready to go next week.
And it came with a 38-21 win over Marion. And you told me last week when we were visiting that Marion's going to remind you of Bryant when they come out in their uniform. And my goodness, they passed the eye test.
Yes.
But you broke open a 14-14 tie at halftime, scored 24 unanswered points to put them away.
Yes, one of the more athletic teams that we're going to play, and we'll be one of the more athletic teams in the 6A playoffs, and we think that they're going to be a tough out for them if they show up and play each week. That's one of their struggles this year. They've had some struggles of showing up, but I tell you what, they showed up Friday night to play us, and our guys played really well. I was really proud of how we executed, especially in the second half. The first half was up and down. We missed some opportunities, had some turnovers, gave up a big play or two here and there, but we really settled in. I thought we played really good defense in the second half, only giving up the one touchdown, and that was the play. I told the guys, I said, hey, we took a play off, you know, and it was their running back's very talented, and we knew that if we took many plays off that they would pop one, and that's exactly what happened. And you know, but we only took one play off in the second half, and that was the great thing, you know. So we were able to hold them to a 7-point second half, and we were able to score 24, and that made a heck of a second half for us.
It really did, and I thought too, you know, you tend to worry about things. Last year we had a 4-quarter game with Jonesboro,
Right.
and then coasted into the playoffs.
Right.
Coasted through Lake Hamilton, really didn't have a 4-quarter game from week 4 to the semifinal game. I'm not so sure a test like you had Friday where it was tied at halftime and your team really had to battle through the second half. Maybe even better getting ready for the playoffs.
I agree with that, Jim, 100%. You know, that was tough last year. We had a lot of guys that didn't play but a half for 7 games. And this year we've been a little battle tested, and that's been really good for us. I think we learned a lot from ourselves. The Sylvan Hills game, I go back to that. We learned a lot from ourselves that night, you know, and that was good for us to play a close game. You know, not necessarily to lose it, but we played a close game for 4 quarters, and I think we learned from that game Friday night, and we was able to finish. We overcame some mistakes Friday night, and I think that goes back to that Week 5 loss to Sylvan Hills, where we couldn't overcome a few mistakes. And Friday night we were able to do that. We had 3 turnovers, and we still won 38 to 20, you know, and 21. But I think that's going to pay off in the playoffs. We're going to have some tight games. You know, we're going to play the winner of Sheridan and Mountain Home, and then we're on the same side of the bracket as Greenwood. And you know, if you can beat Mountain Home, or that may be a close game, it's going to pay off in the playoffs. And then if you go to Greenwood, you know it's going to be a tight game there. So everybody, you're going to get everybody's best shot from this point forward, and playing some close games all year with the Jonesboro, Sylvan Hills, you know, this game against Marion, you know, that was really good for us. You know, even the West Memphis game, our guys played into the third quarter heavy. You know, last year we were up 35 to 50 or 50 points or something like that at halftime, and we didn't play much second half. But it's really meant a lot to us this year, I think. It's really made us a better team.
Yeah, and with today being Veterans Day, very special day in our country, honoring veterans. You know, the patriotism of the Panthers as well. You know, we celebrated against Catholic with the run out and the American flags. You know, and the ROTC, I know that is a really special group to you and to the team, the support you get from those guys.
For sure. Farmer and Billingsley and Brashears, they do a heck of a job with that program. And, you know, they get a lot of young men and women involved in that program. I think they have over 200 right now students. And, you know, they bring in whoever is interested in learning about some leadership skills and wants to learn about military and everything. And they play a huge role on Friday nights, and those kids love it, man. If you've not ever been there early, come to the next home game and come out to the parking lot, the big parking lot on the visitor side, and they're tailgating out there. They're usually right there in the grassy area by my office or over by the red shed. Farmer and Billingsley are grilling dogs or burgers for them, and you know, they're out there. I'll go talk to them, and those kids are throwing footballs around, frisbees around, hanging out. And they do a tremendous job of teaching leadership and Benton Panther football or Panther athletics and the pride that we instill in our program and everything. But it means a lot to us. I posted a graphic today of us running out and everything for Veterans Day in honor of that, and just thanking all of our military people. But that means a lot to me. It's a special night for us. The kids love carrying the flags out, and ROTC loves being a part of that also.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of that whole education that you've talked about a lot beyond just football that young men are getting.
Yeah, it's more than ball. I've always tried to say that, you know, and I've always tried to live that with them. And I want to win a championship as much as anybody and want to win every ball game that we ever compete in, but I also want to teach them life lessons. And I think that was one that we can always teach them, is to respect the military, armed forces, our police departments, fire departments, all the people that are serving our community and everything. Today's a great day to honor that, you know, but, you know, carrying the flags out is just one little thing that we can do for that.
Yep. And it doesn't hurt that those ROTC guys will kind of get in the ear of the opponent when it's down there in the north end zone. So
they sure will.
All right, let's get our players of the game for the win over Marion.
All right, we're going to start off with our Farm Bureau, just like we do every week. We appreciate Saline County Farm Bureau always sponsoring this game ball for us. But this week we went with a defensive effort of Antonio Shelton. So Antonio ended up with 16 total tackles on the night. He had 5 solo tackles, and he had a TFL, and I think he had 2 or 3 quarterback hurries, but played a very complete game for us. Last week we challenged him a little bit at halftime in West Memphis, and he brought his A game in the second half, and it carried over into this week. And he and I talked earlier this week, and he said something about making a run at the playoffs, and I said, well, I've got to have 45 tackles out of you if we're gonna compete. We got to have 15 each week. So he promised me he'd do that, so we're going to see. Is that right, Antonio? All right. So Antonio Shelton, all right. And our offensive player of the week this week is Will Carter. Will had 9 receptions for 167 yards on the night. Didn't have a touchdown, but he had some big catches for us. We ended up running the football a lot of times in the red zone, but he got us down there a lot, man, some big-time catches. One thing that Will's got an opportunity to break a record this year too himself, and it's a record that Coach Drew Harris owns of 15 receiving touchdowns on the year, and he dropped the one in the end zone, in south end zone, to break it. I think Coach Harris told him that was the last championship he was going to get tonight. I think. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. So Will, your touches may be limited a little bit the rest of the year. Okay. So. Just kidding. We're going to get it to him as much as we can. Our defensive player of the week this week, the broadcast crew went with Corey Anderson. Great night. Man, Corey has been kind of a jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife for us this year. Played receiver, played corner, played safety for us. We've used him all over the field. Had a great night, had 6 tackles, had an interception. Really coming on and playing a really good football for us. Really proud of what Corey's doing for us this year. And it's just about, Coach, whatever I can do to help the team. Loves playing receiver or DB, either one. So it means a lot to us as a coaching staff for him to be that versatile for us. Our lineman of the week this week is Bryson Mattia. Bryson had he had 7 total tackles. He had a couple of solos, a couple of TFLs. Really dominated the line of scrimmage early on in the game. Really caused a lot of problems in the backfield. Doing a great job walking him down as the defensive end from his linebacker position, playing on the line of scrimmage. Doing a great job for us. And then our special teams player of the week this week is Dawson Daves. Dawson did a great job. He only punted 2 times the other night, but he averaged 48.5 yards a punt, and that's phenomenal. We had the one that was kicked down to the 1-yard line. C.J. Sellers did a tremendous job of covering and getting down there. But Dawson has a gift. He can punt. Okay, we just got to get him to be consistent, man. He booms them in practice and does a really good job. And he's coming on and gotten better throughout the year. But we're real proud of that effort for him. So, this is our players of the week for the Marion game. Real proud of them. They did a great job of helping lead this team this week.
Outstanding. Let's hear it again for these guys. We're going to take a break, come back and visit with Corey and Will on Panther Live.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
All right, welcome back to Panther Live. We got Will Carter, Corey Anderson. Will, a wide receiver. Corey, what are you? Wide receiver, safety, cornerback, punt returner. What else?
Kick returner.
Kick returner. Okay. Man, Coach said jack of all trades. You have been it this year. Do you have a favorite? I mean, you kind of started at cornerback. You moved to wide receiver for a stretch. Now you're back at defense. You got a favorite side of the ball?
Probably defense, honestly.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about the pick six at West Memphis.
I just seen the ball and I was like, I got to get it. And there was no time on the clock, so I was like, you just got to run just for it not to count. So
not to count. 85 yards. And who got the penalty that took your touchdown away?
Carson Conyers.
Carson Conyers. Is Conyers in the house tonight? He's not here tonight? So have you kind of ribbed him about that?
A little bit.
A little bit. So you get to come back Friday and you got a pick. Not a pick six, but you got the interception.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me about that play.
Well, we didn't have our quarterback in the game, so he kind of just threw up a prayer, and I was like, I got to go get it.
Yeah. And you did. Good for you, buddy. So, Will, nagging hamstring, right?
Not anymore. I say I'm good.
I know, but first of the year.
Yeah.
That frustrating your senior year and having to battle that early on?
It was at first, and then I came, kind of content with the situation, just trying to push forward through it, and just making the best of it when I had my time out.
Yeah. So you were big in the Parkview game, then had to lay out Jonesboro and Sylvan Hills. And all you've done since you came back in the Sheridan game, the last 5 conference games, you've averaged 9 catches, 163 yards, and 3 touchdowns a week. I mean, that's as good as it gets right there. So congratulations. Your last half of your senior year has been wonderful. Talk about just the last 5 games for you.
It's been awesome. I feel like, we're all kind of just starting to click on offense. We're all kind of just rolling together. We're just able to, understand how we play and just how to be able to play the best of our ability as a team. And, we can go out there and execute how we need to, whenever we need to.
Yeah, and I know you and Poot kind of battled injuries early on. I'm sure that was frustrating to Drew. I mean, y'all been his guys all the way,
yes, sir,
all the way up. So this last bit, y'all all being on the field together, having kind of that trio, it's been awesome to watch. It really has. So tell me about the catch you made on 3rd and 13, because you mossed the Marion cornerback.
So the 2 plays prior to that, I got in the end zone, but we had penalties, and they got called back. And so I saw Coach Harris give the signal for the play, and I was like, I got to go get this ball no matter what. We got to get the first down and get this thing rolling. And I saw me and Drew kind of made eye contact, and I could see him from the field, and he threw it up. And honestly, I kind of blacked out, and I just jumped up, went and got it, and then came down, and then just went on from there.
So you've made a lot of good catches. Was that the best catch you've ever made?
I'd say for the situation, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4-point play. I mean, we're kicking a field goal with Wilbur if you don't haul that in. So outstanding. Corey, receiving-wise, 22 catches, 256 yards, 2 touchdowns. You've got 18 tackles on the year. Bud, you've been really big. Now, conference champion all 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Only the second class ever in Benton High School to do that. How special is that to you?
It means a lot because, like you said, it's a rare thing to do. So to be one of the people that done it, it's pretty cool.
Well, what about you?
It's kind of surreal. You always dream of this as a little kid, playing high school football. You want to win a conference championship. You want to do that with the people you've been playing with your whole life. And to be able to do that all 3 years is just something you really can't imagine until you do it.
So has conference champs been the ultimate goal this year?
We all strive for that, but we know we have a bigger goal in mind. That's to get to state and be able to play on December 6th. So I say that's what we're looking forward to the most.
Absolutely. What is it going to take to bring home the ultimate trophy this year?
The last 2 years, I know since I've been up here, we've struggled a lot with our bye weeks. And then, like the week we have on Thanksgiving break, we struggle a lot with practicing and, keeping up the energy and just being able, because we have school off. And so it's easy to just fall in, complacency and stuff like that. So I just say, keeping it rolling, keeping our energy going on from week 10 into the playoffs and just being able to, come to work every day and just clock in and be able to do what we need to do and get it done.
Yeah. Corey, what about you? What have you learned from the last 2 years when we've been knocked out in the semifinals? Maybe we can overcome that this year.
Kind of going on with the same thing Will said with our bye weeks and Thanksgiving. We just wasn't as locked in as we usually be, and comes back to hunt us every time.
And it seems like this year's senior class that you guys are tight. Y'all have a good bond. You like each other. You get along well. How can you guys as seniors kind of help lead that?
Well, we can lead it because, we're all, on the same page. And with us on the same page, we can get the underclassmen to be on the same page also. And then once we all on the same page, we can move forward better.
Okay, same page, Will. What do you think?
I'd say our relationship with each other kind of just gives the younger guys an example to follow. Makes them kind of want to fall into that line of just having people they can come to, having people they can be close with, not just on the field, but off the field too, creating that chemistry.
Good. So plans after high school, Corey?
Well, thinking about going into trade school and being a welder.
Being a welder, good for you, Will.
I want to go play football somewhere, just wherever I can, but I want to study kinesiology and then go be a physical therapist.
Oh, I thought you were going to say football coach.
Maybe.
Physical therapist, they pay a lot better, for sure. So, and what are you going to do if Coach Drew doesn't call passes for you down in the red zone, trying to maintain his record over there?
Just going to have to make something out of nothing, I guess.
Exactly. You going to audible to the quarterback and say, hey, Drew, throw it over here to me?
Maybe.
So.
He's giving us that freedom. So.
All right. Will Carter, Corey Anderson, our players of the game in the win over Marion. We're going to take a break, come back with a little father-son as Coach Drew and Coach Brad are going to join us on Panther Live.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
True Gentlemen and True Boutique are Saline County's premier shopping destinations. No matter the occasion, let us help you find your style. From the beach to the golf course, the office, or even a special night out, come check out our huge selection of merchandise. We even provide suit and tuxedo rentals. Located in downtown Benton in front of the Farmers Market Pavilion, it would be our pleasure to serve you. We are proud of our Benton Panthers and wish them luck this season. Go Panthers!
Midtown Plumbing services over 1 million square feet of commercial property in Little Rock. And they've also provided plumbing needs to thousands of residential clients all over Central Arkansas. Along with residential and commercial plumbing, Midtown also provides water heater sales, sewer repair, remodeling services, and 24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
Elliott Electrical Incorporated is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Football, owned and operated by proud residents of Saline County. Elliott Electrical Incorporated is licensed in 16 states and counting, specializing in new commercial electrical contracting. We bring decades of experience and dedication that has allowed us to serve many communities for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
At First Security, we've been investing in our home state since 1932, growing deep roots and even deeper relationships. We're part of Arkansas. It's part of us. Today, we put all of that history and stability to good use for you, pouring our resources into the people and places we love best: Arkansas communities, Arkansas families, and Arkansas futures. First Security. Think better.
All right, as we welcome the Harris boys in here to finish up Panther Live tonight, Dad and son, Brad and Drew.
Sir.
Coach Harris and Coach Harris, how do y'all differentiate with the guys? Is it Big Harris, Little Harris, Old Harris, Young Harris? How is it?
I guess I need to take that one
Okay.
because I think I take it a little bit more personal than he does.
Okay.
The kids have identified us as Big and Little Harris. I've been called that since I was probably 3 years old. Little Harris. It takes on a little bit of a different meaning now. I took offense to it when I first got here, but I've just embraced it, because I mean he's an all right guy, and I'm okay with being Little Harris.
Yeah.
I would originally correct kids. Hey, I'm not Little Harris. I'm Coach Harris. But really, after the 84th win, I think he's the Coach Harris, and I'll just be Little Harris. I think I got to be that.
Be glad to be that.
Yeah.
So, Dad, what's it like coaching with your boy?
I enjoy it. Whenever Drew got into coaching, we always thought that that's what he would do. When he was, 5, 6 years old, following us around at Arkadelphia, he would draw plays on the board. It was always offensive plays, and they were always really good because he had 12 or 13 offensive guys on the board. And we're like, Drew, that's awesome. So anyway, but he would always do that. He's always loved ball, been around football. Football's always been his sport, and he's really good at baseball growing up, but he always had a love for football. And when he graduated from OBU, he got a job at Little Rock Christian, and for a year, and I was happy for him to go there, and I always wanted to coach with him, but I wasn't in a hurry to get him back because I wanted him to go out and learn from other people. He's grown up with me, and I've been his coach forever. Since a little guy, and when I was a head coach at Lincoln, he was our quarterback, and sometimes that is always it's tough. He's your son, he's your quarterback, and he takes a lot of heat from losses, and as the head coach, you take that and you take it personal too. But I wanted him to get out and learn a different system. He learned a ton of football from Coach Knight and Coach Derby and everything at Ouachita Baptist, and then he went to Little Rock Christian. But when Rusty Davis got out, I mean, he had, initially he was like, hey, I want to come back to Benton. It's home. It's where I want to be. And, of course, I wanted him at Benton, but it also wouldn't have bothered me if he'd have stayed away for a little bit longer and just to learn and get more information from other coaches. But it's been a blessing for him to be here, for his family to be here, for us to work together each day. And it's a different dynamic. We try to make it Coach Harris, but it's also your son in the office. And with the new role this year, I know a lot of people go, oh, he's just playing his favorite because it's his son. But, Drew was ready for this opportunity. I could tell that. He's had opportunities to go to different places and be an offensive coordinator. And my words to him was always to just be patient. Don't get in too deep too early in your career. I was kind of that way in my career. I was a head coach after 5 years and was not ready for that. But, that's kind of the way my career went. And it's been good for him to learn in our system and be with Coach Justin Ray for 5 years and develop as a play caller. And he's done a tremendous job this year. But it's awesome working day to day with him.
Yeah, I know you've called plays on Monday night. So this first year calling on Friday night, what's that been like for you?
Man, I tell you, he mentioned Justin. I mean, that guy was a major mentor in my life. He's a guy that I was able to bounce ideas off from the time I was, here in 2020. I mean, he gave me such a huge role just as a receivers coach, and then the input that he gave me on Monday nights. I mean, it was really just. It was such a blessing because I got to learn really how to do it off the cuff. You can't really prep and plan for JV nights because you don't really know exactly what you're going to see. And then, so being able to do that the last 4 or 5 years and then come in to the offense this year with, a senior quarterback, 2 or 3 guys that have been there, done that at the skill positions. You got guys like Garrett Pilkington that are back on the offensive line. Those guys make it easy. I told them under the tent, they'll remember this. When we scored to go up 28-14 against Marion, I told them I was under the tent. I said I could close my eyes and point at this call sheet, and you guys can go out there and execute it, and it's going to happen. And so, great play callers are great because they got great players, and I just came into a really good opportunity, and these guys have really made a first-year coordinator look really good. And so hats off to those guys and them. They challenge me every day. He always gives me great input. Coach Williams, Coach Gentry, Coach Shaw, those guys, man, it's been a huge team effort this year. And I'm just thankful.
And
really.
for the benefit of those that are not aware, a lot of Tuesday nights after Lost Pizza, the offensive skill guys will get together, and you and sometimes Knox will tag along. So talk about what y'all do on Tuesday nights to get ready.
We try. I wanted to make that something that we did weekly. We've missed a couple of weeks, and I've stayed home with them on some Tuesday nights. But early in the season, we wanted to make that a priority, just to get together one extra night, watch a little bit of film. We usually talk a little bit about some Bible verses, some sort of Bible study-esque thing, if you will. Really just the camaraderie, the relationship building. That's the biggest thing, getting to eat together, fellowship together, go over, draw up all the plays on the whiteboards and stuff. And granted, I don't know very many times in my coaching career I can say this, but on Friday nights we execute at a really high level, and I think that really goes into it. That extra time together, these guys are locked in from the start, and Tuesday nights are a big deal for us.
And I know even when you haven't been there, they've still gotten together and done it, and it's very impressive to watch, even when you're not there, the way those guys interact with each other. I would say one of the biggest contributions you've made beyond being the play caller is some real wins off the field. And it started with this shirt back before the season even started, and it became one of the hottest shirts to get in Benton this year, the Jesus One Benton Football shirt. Share a little bit about that spiritual component that you've tried to emphasize.
And he's the same way. We get into this profession because we love the game. He mentioned, I've wanted to coach since I was as long as I can remember. And really to start, I wanted to coach because I wanted to be around football. And then as I grew up, got a little bit older, matured a little bit, I noticed the impact that he had on young men. And that's what it's about, And so this year, and really at the end of last year, man, I've really just given my heart up for the Lord, and that he's changed me in so many different ways. And I just wanted to be obedient. I originally ordered that shirt for just you, myself, and a couple other guys. Next thing I know, a bunch of people in the community want one. We ended up ordering. We've sold over 250 total, or given out 250 shirts. And man, the Lord's really moving in our community and on our football team. And it's so encouraging watching these guys day in, day out, because there's not a day that goes by where we don't talk about Jesus in that locker room or on that field. And it's special, because at the end of the day, that's what we're called to do.
Yeah, and I appreciate you immensely for that, and you as well, Brad. And I think about, and I'm just going to be honest here, going into this year, I thought this team reminded me a lot of 2020. We came off 2 state championship appearances, kind of having to rebuild a little bit. I had a senior quarterback in Garrett Brown who would be a record setter, and that team won 6 games. And I really thought going into this year, this may be a 6-win team. I'm just being honest. Y'all so far exceeded my expectations to bring home another conference championship. And I'm going to go on record as saying I really thought of the 10 years you've been coached, this may have been your best job, coaching the Benton Panthers this year. I don't know that it was our most athletic team, our most talented team, but it may have been our best team together. And I think some of the things that Drew has brought to the table kind of bonded this group in a unifying way that results in another banner going up.
I would agree with that statement, Jim. I didn't know that we were going to get out of this year, and I had thoughts of 2020 because when you get gutted on defense like we did, you just don't know what to expect. We lost 9-10 starters essentially. And, everybody talks, well, I'm ready for that. Well, they don't know until they step on the field on Friday night what to really happen. You never know until you get in front of the big lights and how they're going to respond. And, man, we've just had different guys step up through the whole year that have really impacted our football team. I think one of the big things is these guys have gotten better each week. And what I mean by that is on the field, but also with the team chemistry. We have played with more lineups defensively and offensively than we have in the past. We've just kind of, hey, what's the right combination? I'll use our offensive line as an example. We've got like 7, 8 guys that we've played in different combos at center, guard, different things like that. It's just finding the right 5 guys that work best together. And that don't mean we just got 5, but we're putting other guys in to rotate, maybe at center or guard, that they work better together. Sometimes there's a better center than there is a guard, things like that. And that's been tough on us, and losing offensively. We have 5 coming back, but when you have a nucleus like Coach Harris said, with a quarterback and 2 receivers like Will and Carson, man, you got a good nucleus. You got 2 offensive linemen back and Garrett Pilkin and Madison Hurd. I really liked having that. It's always great to have 4 or 5 offensive linemen back, but we felt like we had the pieces on offense. Defensively, I didn't know though, and we have played really, really good football this year. We're not the biggest and fastest team, but I'm gonna tell you what, they play hard. Yeah. They play really hard, and they chase the football with a lot of intensity. And when they get there, they're a little bit hacked off, and they tackle real well. And that's really worked for us this year. They remind me a little bit. In 2014 when I got here, we wasn't the biggest team, but we ran to the football really well, and they had a lot of buy-in. Well, this defense has slowly gotten there each week. We've gotten better each week, and I think we're playing probably our best football of the year right now. We just beat a really good football team Friday night. Okay, you're going to see if Marion shows up to Van Buren, they're going to take care of business, and then Sylvan Hills is going to have a rematch at Sylvan Hills where Marion's already beat them. I mean, you're looking at a team that could make a run right here, and we've beaten some really quality teams. I think the East is a lot better team, and our guys have stepped up to that challenge each week. And I think a lot of it goes to, how they bonded off the field. I mean, each week you see these guys show up and hang out with each other. Tuesday nights with offense, guys, and that's something they've been doing. But I think that means a lot. I was always told that, hey, in high school football, it's more about relationships than it is about X's and O's. And if you can get guys to buy into the system, build a little bit of culture, get them to play hard for you, you're going to win a lot of football games in high school football. Yeah. It's always great to have the great athletes, but you look across, and if you lined our team up against a lot of the teams that we played against, you're probably picking the opposing team, just by looks. Mm-hmm. But you can't measure what's inside your chest. Yeah. And our guys play with a lot of heart. So, yep, really important in this game.
A lot of wins on the field, a lot of wins off the field.
For sure.
This year. So, speaking of off the field, let's go off the field for a minute, okay? We want to get to know you guys a little better. So, let's do you answer for your son, you answer for your dad, okay? And we're going to see how well y'all know each other. All right, Drew, starting with you. What's your dad's all-time favorite TV show or movie?
He's old school. He's a Western guy. I got to be honest, this is the first one coming to mind. It's probably wrong, but I'm going to say Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke? Gunsmoke. Hey, Freddie would have approved. How'd he do?
I'll take that. I'm a Gunsmoke guy.
Gunsmoke?
Yeah, that's the old school. Gunsmoke, Bonanza.
All right.
Movie-wise, that was the one.
Movie-wise, I don't know if Drew Davis has watched this movie or not. I've challenged him to watch it. All right, Tombstone.
Okay. Solid. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he has or not. We was talking about it one day, Coach Gentry and I. So
yeah,
that's homework. Everybody
go home and watch Tombstone tonight. We got a bye week, so they can go watch Tombstone.
I need a bunch of Doc Hollidays next Friday.
All right, what's Drew's favorite TV show or movie? Dad?
Oh, Lord. This is going to date him a lot right here, but, his favorite show when he was young and even probably through, junior high stuff, he was a SpongeBob kid, So he was a SpongeBob guy.
SpongeBob, all right. I like it. What's your dad's favorite pizza topping?
Pizza? Oh, he's big Supreme guy, but no bell peppers.
Yeah.
Supreme, no bell peppers. That's it.
Supreme, no bell peppers. Yeah. What's Drew's favorite?
Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Just straight pepperoni?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it, man.
Good. What is your dad's go-to song on his playlist?
Oh, jeez. He's a 90s country, 80s country guy. Big Alan Jackson, George Strait, guys like that. if we're in the car, it's either the Buzz or it's K-Love.
Okay.
So hey, I don't want to say he's got one particular, but he gets around, with the music. It's good.
So when you got the earbuds in walking the field on Friday, you're listening to George Strait?
I don't know. No, yeah.
Probably not.
That's what we listened to maybe not.
Whenever he was riding in the white truck.
Yeah, in the white truck.
The white truck he was, yes. But now, honestly, most of the time when you see me walking with earbuds, it's some kind of sports talk of some kind.
Yeah.
It may be a Saban podcast or somebody like that, or Buzz Radio or something like that, typically.
Yeah. So what's Drew's go-to on his playlist?
Lord, I don't have a clue on that one. So.
Wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, I'm not a big music person.
Neither of us are. Really.
Coach Gentry now, that dude has all kinds of different music on his phone. Randy Shaw is the same way. But I've never been a big music guy. I grew up in the 80s and loved, old 80s music, things like that. But I'm not a big music guy now.
Gotcha. So what's something your dad's passionate about that we wouldn't realize or don't know? Outside of football.
Yeah. Well, he's always got bags of corn in the back of his truck. He's got a couple bears down there on his game camera. He's a big hunter. I'll never forget that was one of the first hobbies that he kind of introduced me to was hunting. And I don't know if he's ever shared this. The first deer I ever killed, I was sitting on his lap because I couldn't look over the deer stand, and dropped a little button buck. I've never seen him more proud. That was probably about 7 or 8 years old. He's a big hunter. Likes to stay outside. I don't think he likes working on the pool, but he likes the pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, hunting, anything outdoors, he's going to find his way. Never behind a video game, nothing like that. I'm outside doing something.
Getting a tree.
Yeah.
So what about Drew? Something he's passionate about?
Well, when he was younger, even probably through college, he was very passionate about video games. Dell's shaking her head there.
Very much
computers. Very tech savvy, things like that, which I love that, having on our staff, him and Coach Hammonds, people like that. But one thing he's passionate about now is his family, his boys, and everything, and that's what I love to see.
Yep. So who would you say is your dad's biggest coaching inspiration?
Oh, gosh. He mentioned Saban. I think that he ties in a lot of stuff that guy does just because of what that guy has established at a major university, in the NFL, all those things. And he just has that kind of that feel, that vibe. There's not a whole lot of you're not getting stuff by him. And I think that in today's time, you got a lot of coaches that, like me, kind of like laissez-faire at times, but he's always on it, and those guys need it. And it's big because a lot of them are missing it at times, but he's always that consistent guy. So the Nick Sabans, the Bill Belichicks of the world, I think that's who he kind of goes to if you were to look at the big scheme.
Yeah. What about Drew? Who's his biggest coaching inspiration outside of his daddy?
Yeah.
I don't know. He offensive minded. He's always been an offensive kid, and he's always studying the game. I don't know if there's anybody that really models anything after. We've never really talked about that a lot. I know Justin Ray has had a big impact on his life. I know Eric Koyu at Little Rock Christian did, even though he wasn't an offensive-minded guy. He refers back to him as a young coach, and everything. I love that. I hope that I've been an impact on it for sure, but I think he's looked at some guys that he's really coached with. Todd Knight, he really mentored himself after stuff like that. Going to Ouachita Baptist. That was part of what dreamed at Ouachita Baptist was Coach Knight. When I was coaching at Arkadelphia, Coach Knight had 2 sons older than Drew and Braden, and we coached Little League baseball together. Coach Knight and I did, and that's kind of where we started knowing Coach Knight, and that connection we've always kept up with each other since they were growing up, and they started recruiting. We've got a picture of Drew and Braden going to the Tiger Cub camp when they were probably 8 and 6, 7 and 9, things like that, until we left Arkadelphia when he was 10. Every year of jerseys, him wearing OBU jerseys, and Coach Knight kept up with his career and recruited him. So I think he models his coaching style after Coach Knight a lot. offensive philosophy, I don't think is quite like, but his coaching model is a lot like him.
Yeah.
Just from playing 4 years with the man.
All right, last question. And this has been the question the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm not going to limit it to the coaching staff. Drew, if you had to have a conjoined twin.
Oh.
And it can be, so you're
like
joined at the hip.
me.
You're joined at the hip, 2 heads, 1 body. You know, you got to live with this guy everywhere you go. It could be one of your coaches or one of your players. Who you picking?
I could tell you who it's not. This is hard. Man, I got a lot of respect for this guy. He's solid, real solid. It's Garrett Pilkington. Man, let me tell you guys something. That guy right there. Now, I don't know what he likes to do on his spare time a whole lot, so I may be wrong. I don't know. But, man, he's just solid. And, you know, that's the guy. If I'm going to be connected to somebody, we're going to have a lot of conversations. And I can have a lot of conversations with Garrett Pilkington, especially about Jesus, football. I'm sure we like to eat. And so, those are 3 things that if we can do that, baby, hey, it's all in, man. I'm Garrett Pilkington, final answer.
Good job, Pilk. Attaboy. All right, Pilk, who you got, Big Harris?
Well, we think a lot alike, and the first person that popped to mind was Garrett Pilkington for a lot of those same reasons. But, this kid popped to mind for me. I don't know if it would be a love-hate relationship, okay? And that's kind of how my life is sometimes, I guess. But Carson Conyers. Carson Conyers and I kind of bonded just a little bit. He's a knucklehead, but I love him. And if I was going to go into a dark alley with anybody, all right, I'd take that guy every time, and having him right there, he might scare a few guys off if we're like that, not even have to worry about it. But I've kind of grown to love the guy.
Yeah.
Carson Conyers.
So 2 linemen.
Yeah.
2 linemen.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the best people.
And
right?
y'all didn't say any of your fellow assistant coaches, I noticed.
We know them too well.
If I wanted a good time, Randy Shaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, we got to wind it down. Playoff picture. We're going to host the winner of Mountain Home Sheridan Friday night.
Right.
Maybe a thought on that game, and do you have a preference who we play?
Don't really have a preference at all, Jim. We're kind of I've used this in the past. It's playoff time and it's win. It don't matter who we play. Really think it's going to be an up in the air game. A lot of people are riding in Mountain Home right now, but don't count out Sheridan. I mean, they're going to put some points on the board. I really believe the East is going to have a good showing this year. I think it's a really very balanced conference this year, competitive conference. And I know Sheridan's sitting here with 3-7 or whatever, but, man, they've scored a lot of points. And I'm tell you what, Mountain Home hasn't scored quite as many as some of the teams that we've played against, and they're going to have to score a lot of points to beat Sheridan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where they can give them problems. Now, Mountain Home is a very talented team, don't get me wrong, okay? They've got a really good running back and Barrett Miller, and then they've got, I think it's Brantley Phillips is his quarterback. He's about 6'4", 210. They can run the rock, and they're good up front. They've got a couple of skill guys, so it's going to be a high scoring affair just like last year. But I don't really have a preference. I probably would rather play Mountain Home. I don't like playing the same team 2 times in a year, so I'd like to see them. Honestly, but I like our matchups. We practiced well today. This week is going to be a good week for us to get healthy and kind of refocus mentally and everything. But really excited about our matchups that we've got.
Yeah, and for the offense, Drew, you guys have been clicking in conference.
Yeah.
Just been clicking the entire conference season. You get a week off, and sometimes you worry about, is going to have a little lag there. What's your key offensively?
When we're at our best, we're just playing really efficient football, and that starts at quarterback, obviously. Our offensive line has gotten better every single week. With us being able to establish the run game, that has just opened up our offense. And then when you got guys like Poot and Will and John Barger, those guys are really elite at what they do. And so we're going to be tough. I mean, if we just play efficient football, limit the turnovers, we're going to be hard to stop, and so I'm excited to see what we can do. I told the guys today, it really doesn't matter who we end up playing. I mean, we just got to focus on ourselves. And when the Benton Panthers, especially offensively, and now defensively, I think we're starting to really develop an identity. We'll just focus on ourselves and play really high-quality football. We're going to be a problem. So.
Peaking at the right time, we hope, which is key for the second season. That'll begin a week from Friday, November 21st at the Palace at 7 o'clock as the Panthers will host the winner of the first-round game at Mountain Home on Friday between Sheridan and the Mountain Home Bombers. I want to remind you as well, you can go on Facebook to the Benton Touchdown Club Facebook page and order a back-to-back-to-back three-peat conference championship T-shirt. Those have to be pre-ordered online. They're being made by Stated, and you'll be able to pick those up at Stated. They're $20 per shirt, so get you one of those. They're really slick-looking T-shirts and celebrate the three-peat champion Benton Panthers. For Brad Harris and Drew Harris and for the Benton Panthers, I'm Jim Gardner. Thanks for joining us tonight for Panther Live from Lost Pizza.